I can't have people at my apartment. He'll bite them.
I hate what this dog is doing, but I love this dog. What do I do? And that's what we're working on right now. You guys, Max is a dog with severe reactivity. He has a bite history. His owners have been working on this reactivity for over 2 years. Okay. Cool. Nick, why don't you just give me the leash? It's resource guarding, it's insecurity, nervousness, it's, hey, these are my people. So if I take the leash and I try to get him to come in, he's like, I don't wanna. So it's a very fear-based reaction. Come. Yeah. Where are you at with him, mentally and just everything?
Very, very stressed. I can't have people at my apartment. He'll bite them. Or you have to like keep him on a leash, on a leader.
Okay.
Or put him in a room.
Okay.
He can't be around people.
Okay.
Any person that came through, if God forbid that the door was open, he would herd them onto the couch.
Just push him away.
They didn't know that the dog was out. He bit his hand.
Okay.
And the same thing over the gate.
Yep. Did you do any training with him?
We did like briefly a little bit. Like it was not successful.
Okay.
And so we're kind of at a point, like a breaking point almost, but.
Yep. We never know how he's going to react.
He is coming in and he's just like, help, 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 help. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There's a dog. I got to alert. There's a person. I got to alert. And he's just exhausting himself. When I'm looking at a dog like this, when he's, roof, 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 shh, shh, leave it. He's nervous. So that's a cry for help in my eyes, is he's like, somebody please give me direction. When a dog comes in and they're externally exhibiting fear, anxiety, stress, they're telling me, as somebody who works with dogs professionally, I don't know what the hell to do. Do you know what to do? Do I know what to do? My parents definitely don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. He's doing everything that he can instinctually to say, I'm too nervous to be in this situation. He's just nervous. He's hey, doesn't know what to do, okay? So I have found that correcting that behavior, just using positive punishment. So he walks in and he's like, everybody in the room. And I go, no, leave it, bang. And he's like, whoa. But that's what dogs do, is they get into a fight or flight and they'll chase and they'll nip and they'll say, hey, get out of here. This is my house. My parents don't know what the hell they're doing and neither do I, but I'm gonna get you out of here, right? So it's a very instinctual thing. Using a correction for a fear-based behavior from a dog works like that. He comes in, I don't know what the hell to do. I'm gonna bark, I'm gonna bite. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. And I go, hey, what are you doing? Knock it off. And he goes, yeah, but, oh, that's not so bad. I guess I think we're gonna be okay here. All right, cool, so moving on. If you as the handler or the person in charge says, hey, knock it off, that behavior is inappropriate. I don't like you doing that. You're gonna bite somebody, you're gonna get yourself euthanized, you're gonna get me sued, kick me out of my apartment, all this stuff. And you just punish him for doing that. It's that microsecond of course it's stressful for him, it's uncomfortable for him, but so is biting people and living a life through fear of like, we can't have anybody over, we're at our last straw, we don't know what else to do, like what do we do? I can't go to my parents. So there's no question about the ROI on correcting him and making sure that he understands that what he's doing is bad. So when a dog's pulling through and they're choking themselves out and they're hacking, they're still pulling, barking, biting, and then they're collapsing their trachea. This is one of the safest collars you can use to communicate. The prong works the same as that slip collar. It's a collar that has action. Punishment could be multiple different things. I think people get tripped over that punishment word. They're like, oh my God, punishment? What does that mean? Throw something at my dog? I'm like, what? No, what are you talking about? So punishment could be so many different things. You just have to be effective with the dog. Some dogs have different sensitivity levels. Some dogs have a different relationship with their owners. Like when you're like, hey, knock it off, he's like, oh, okay, right? With my dogs, like in the back of the car, like my older dog got a little growly this morning. So I just yelled back, I'm like, hey, and they were all like, okay, my bad. All right, cool, I'll respect that. Sit. Yes, good man's. Come, good, sit. Oh, yes, buddy, come, sit. Good, good, heel. Good, so we're just adding in a little bit of basic obedience just to start our relationship off. Sit, good, sit. Voice inflection, so he doesn't need to get paid every time. That's something that a lot of people do. Pez dispense that out. You don't need to. He knows you got food. He also likes being praised too. He's a dog, so heel. Creating a relationship with him based off of structure. Let's work, let's sit, let's heel, let's do this, let's down. Good job. Awesome. We're missing that piece of he's reacting and we're just like, shh, stop, sorry. You know, everyone does that. I'm not just saying you, I'm just saying as dog owners, people get into a bind where they're like, I hate what this dog is doing, but I love this dog. What do? I give him treats? Well, of course not. Why would you pay him for reacting? That's silly. Yeah, but it distracts him, but only for a little bit of time. And what if your dog isn't food motivated? What if your dog's obese? What if your dog's this? What if your dog's that? So you just have to just be assertive. Like if the problem is, hey, leave it. Come, sit. Thank you. So now we're gonna get a distraction out. We're gonna see how we do. I get a dog out. Normally, we'd be barking, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna work around, and I wanna show you how to use positive punishment to just correct behaviors assertively. When you're using tools with dogs, like people are under the assumption that the dog is getting punished 100% of the time. What? No. The dog is only getting punished when you apply pressure to the collar. Good. Good job, mister. Well done. Sit. Yes, good. Why don't you just heel him around the room with the prong?
Sure. I haven't seen it.
Okay. I want you to, when we're walking, I want to make sure that he's in one side. Okay. So structure is big. Very, very micro dosing on structure. Just let's stay on the left, let's use one hand, let's walk nicely. Just stop and then ask him to sit. Good. Good. So there you switched, right?
Yeah.
Don't switch. You just want to stay consistent, that's all. Put him back into his sit. So the way that you're doing it is you want him to just put his butt on the ground, and then when he does that, the sit's over. And I understand that. A lot of people think that. But you want to reverse that a little bit. So the sit command behaviorally should just be sit means sit. So when you say sit, the dog sits, and then they're not to get into another position until you tell them otherwise. So be conscious of that. It's not going to really hurt your relationship right now because he thinks sit is actually just boop, 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 boop. But the problem is if this is sit, then leave it is same thing. Down, same thing. Stay, same thing. You know what I mean? So you want to be a little bit more structured. If you say sit, you want him to sit. So what you did is you go sit, he goes boop, and then we paid him and then he got up. Woohoo, yay. So you just want to make sure that you're freeing him before you actually do that. Does that make sense?
Sit. Good boy. Nope, sit.
So easy way to help with that, don't reward him the way that you're rewarding him. That's all.
Okay.
So like sit, you're doing, so you're doing this. So like what you could do is good sit.
Good sit.
Just like that. So you don't have to go, good job, because then he's gonna boop, pop up. And then you're like, hey, knock it off. And he's like, what? You told me to sit, what? You know? So you just have to restructure that. And I think the thing is too, guys, is like, I'm not assuming that you guys are just letting it happen. But the problem is things that you are doing, knock it off. No, go to your room, go to your crate. I don't care really what you're doing, but if it's not working, we have to do something different. So when I say things like that, I don't want you guys to get offended to think that you're letting it happen. Some people are like, yeah, but I told him, How did that work for you?
Okay, you finished. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were sitting.
So put him back into a sit. Good. And then one other thing, be conscious and mindful of how much conversation you have with him too. I know that that's the hardest thing that dog owners struggle with. Here's why. So with her, koraku. Good. Asi. Down. Sit. Couché. Sitzen. Platz. Asi. Trilingual languages there. German, French, and English. Now, she's taking these singular words. I know what that is. I know what this is. I know what that is. I know what this is. I know what this is. Right? Like the Macarena, okay? With him, when we're working on sit, leave it. He's trying to define and isolate, okay, I know what that is. But when we say, oh, buddy, I know that you have an itch, that's gonna be tough for you when you're sitting, huh? It's like 15 to 20 commands that he's like, I'm lost, I'm lost. So then, whoop, 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 you dilute yourself entirely. That's why dogs don't listen to their owners. That's why they don't respect their owners, because they check out. You diluted everything.
Good deal, buddy.
Good. Did you see that? Right? So we have a person walking around the room that he doesn't know.
Sit.
And his perception of another human being has changed, correct? Right? I mean, he's seen somebody he doesn't know, he's never met, and he's just, what's up? So when we talk about using punishment and using tools, there's a lot of theories out there of tools only suppress behaviors, it doesn't modify. The dog is not reacting because he doesn't want to get hurt, or he doesn't want to get corrected, or he doesn't want to get punished, or whatever it is. Obviously, that's completely debunked, not only by this session, but by millions of other people who use the prong collar correctly. His perception of another human being is completely modified and changed under these circumstances. I'm not saying he's gonna go home and never react again, but I'm saying right now, he's completely relaxed, chilling, looking at you for food, doesn't care about another person. And this was less than 2 hours of work, right? Big improvement because of the prong collar.
Yeah.
Using lots of positive reinforcement, lots of it, 97%. Good job, buddy. Verbal and food praise, right? So in the first session, when he came in, barking at everybody, definitely barking at this person carrying the camera, definitely barking at me. Now we have the same people in the room plus one, moving around, and look at his face. He's chilling, right?